welcome to the Fumbles podcast where we go deep into real life entrepreneur struggles and comeback strategies. I'm your host, Damari Taplin, and today we got my boy Jerry Goins. So great
Yeah,
to have you, man. So
glad to
just
be
so
here.
yeah. So let me give you a quick intro. Just so everybody know, Jerry is the president and CFO of Goins Financial. He's a financial consultant helping everyday people from entrepreneurs trying to get business off the ground. So that means from everyday people all the way to entrepreneurs, everything in between. So he's a father, entrepreneur, freedom fighter, and he's listed as the DSN's 40 under 40 list this year, which is like the Wall Street Journal for direct sales and accomplishments in the industry. Ladies and gents, we got my boy Jerry.
Yes, yes. How we doing? How we doing?
We're doing great, man. So, how you been, man? It's been a super long time. Last time we talked, we had a great conversation, but I think it was like the end of like last year or something. We was like looking forward to the new year or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's good to, just keep in contact with fellow entrepreneurs. I mean, I
Hmm.
think that in general, we don't do that well enough as as a culture. It
Yeah.
seems like everything is transactional. If I'm not buying something from you, you're not buying something from me, then we don't talk. But that hasn't been our relationship at all, and I think that's been pretty good. That's how it should be.
Yeah, for sure, man. I actually went back to check out your website to see if I was still a partner. You know what I'm saying? We had that. You
Yeah,
was
you
like one
still
of
up
my
there, man.
Yeah, you was like one of my first actual like business partners that I kind of we made that first connection with. So you put me on my website. I mean, I put you on my website on my app actually when I was doing that.
Yeah.
That was dope, man. So I appreciate you for still staying in touch with me and keeping this relationship, special,
Yeah, no problem,
Yeah.
man.
So how's the marriage? I gotta know how's the marriage too, man, because
Yeah,
last
still married,
Yep.
So that's good. Yeah, we married 2017. So I think I was just getting to know you like maybe a few years after that. So yeah, man, we still kicking it, man. It's my business partner, it's my best friend, it's my life partner, man, Alicia. So she matter of fact, we meshed so well that it's like it it got to a point in Goins Financial where um at first I was the CEO, but she was doing so much behind the scenes and making so many connections that I saw in her that the vision
Hmm.
was really being manifested by her. And it was like God told me, like, she's CEO. She is a CEO. Because I felt like at one point, I hope that's not getting too deep right now, but I felt like at one point, my vision was limited
Mm.
while hers was just on 1,000. So like I had to make that decision, and I mean it's official. Like if you look up the paperwork, the Secretary of State registration, you'll see her listed as a CEO. But a lot of people think that I'm still CEO, but I don't want to put that out there because she deserves that.
Okay. No, I see you. You straight up switched it. It's not. I'm not the C,
Yeah, yeah.
the CFO. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
That's me.
So,
I'm mainly in the finances and everything like that. And yes, I was like co-founder and I had a lot of the vision up front of where I wanted to be. But she's so much more involved in like the community
yeah.
and the network that but that's yeah, basically the marriage is good, man. But I think I feel like I'm cheating sometimes because um we have so many different uh uh networks that we run together that we
Mm,
get to, I don't know, just share in all of that while we still work from home. So I'm like with her, beside her, like 90% of the day. And some people that would drive them crazy, but for us it just works. I can't. It's a cheat
that's-
code, I promise.
yeah, that's beautiful, man. So tell everybody what is Goings Financial, and I want to know how's it been going. But first, tell everybody, what it is and everything that you do with that company.
Absolutely. So Goins Financial is birthed out of the vision that people don't have access to the information that they need to make a life change.
Hmm.
I knew like when I actually went to school for this. So I majored in business administration with a concentration in finance from the University of North Carolina in Wilmington. And I learned as I was going through, I was like, why isn't this taught in high school? Like this is basic stuff. Like we should be learning about credit, should be learning about budgeting. Now I did take business classes in high school. I was like one of the first people. They had like a little pilot program,
Okay.
and we still didn't learn a lot of that stuff. And then when I got out of college, I learned what the real world was like for entrepreneurs, for people that were trying to buy a home, for the everyday person. And I was like, this stuff isn't taught in college. So
Mm,
I'm like, each level I go to in education, I'm learning, man, people, because there's three things. You know what you know, right? And you know the things that you don't know. You know about those things, some of them. And but then there's some things you don't know that you don't know. And those are the things that are keeping people broke, keeping people in cycles, and they wonder why they can't get ahead is because there's some information that you just don't even know that you don't know about.
hmm.
And so I was like, man, this information changed my life, and it's got to do something for somebody else. So I've got to I've got to make that a part of my legacy.
Yeah, man. And the crazy thing about it is like one of the hardest parts about entrepreneurship is the financial side of things too. You know what I mean? So the fact that you helping entrepreneurs with that alone is like that's great, man. So that's fire. Keep up the good work. But what about it was something else you were doing, Novae LLC.
Yeah,
What's that? You still doing that?
yeah. Novae is the groundwork for and the platform, the behind the scenes for everything that we do is really a godsend. So matter of fact, if you go to our website, you can actually learn more about Novae. But man, it's been a journey. Like, okay, so I paint the scene for you, and this is part of like the whole Novae presentation. When I do a Novae presentation, I let people know like I was that dude living in an apartment that my credit really didn't even qualify for. I needed a cosigner on that. The rent kept going up. My paycheck was not. So I got to a point where look, some desperate things needed to happen. I had two children and two kids, and like I was thinking, like, man, I was also in like a custody battle, and so I'm like, man, if I can get the house, I can show that I'm stable. I can, get custody of my kids. I
Gotcha.
can do all those things. And this is actually also the time and point where I met Ali. We were just business partners at the time, but it was a situation where someone came to me. It was like, what if you could increase your credit and get paid at the same time? And I was like, sign me up. I need both of those things.
Right.
So I got involved. But the crazy thing about it is for an entire year when I first got involved with Novae, at that time, we had credit building resources that, they send out the dispute letters on your behalf. And we had some personal growth and self-development videos. That's all that we offered. It was crazy. But I grew that business just by advertising directly to people who were looking to buy a home because I know I was looking to buy a home. So I knew what that pain looked like. I could speak directly to that pain, you
Right.
know, like throwing away your money, giving your money to a landlord, building no equity, 5 years later having nothing to show for it, getting the little pink notices on your door that the rent is late. That's embarrassing. You don't own anything. You don't own the land. Dogs just come in, and the owners just come and let their dogs do their business right in front of your doorstep. I mean, it's like nothing. You can't paint your room.
Right.
Your neighbors calling on you because you're having a little get together. It's like so many crazy things. So I could speak directly to that pain. And I got involved with Novae. I started, like I said, selling that opportunity. I made some pretty decent money my first year, but crazy thing about it, this is it, Damari. This is crazy to me because it took me almost 5 years to realize that I did this.
Hmm.
I didn't activate my own credit services. I got the credit services for free for being a member because
Right.
you got access to it. You just click it, put your social in, and they'll start doing the letters. But I was just more interested in selling the services to make some money. Now, what kept me for a whole year from clicking a button and having them help me out with my credit?
Mm,
It was number one, it was pride. because I felt like I'm the man. I went to school for this. I could do this. I don't need right. It
Hmm.
was pride. Number two, I was scared to face the elephant in the room. I had some collections, I had student loans, I had credit card debt, I had some stuff, and I was afraid to actually stir the nest.
Right. Okay.
It blows my mind that I took so long to get started. But listen, I got started in December, had the keys to our first house in April. The keys, not shopping, moving out of the apartment in April.
Mm,
5 months. That's it. So why did I wait 12 months to do something I could have did in 5? That's just extra time that's 7 months of torture that I put myself through when I
right.
could have just made the move.
Mm,
And so I took that and I internalized that and I understand that this credit thing is bigger than just three numbers,
right.
internal and then spiritual at the same time.
Got you.
But that's how I got started with this company, man. Since then, we've grown, expanded the brand, expanded the vision. CEO, Mr. Rico McCambry, shout out to that guy right there, first millionaire I ever actually got to shake hands with and be mentored by.
That's
The
dope.
guy was a multimillionaire in his mid 20s, man.
So let me ask you a real quick question, man. I also saw that you were doing those entrepreneur prayer Sundays or something like that. What do you call it?
Yeah, morning mandate.
Morning mandate. Okay. When did you start doing that, man? How's that going?
Yeah, we started in April this year. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, I promise, like, I don't like I'm just glad you brought that up. I wasn't even thinking about talking on that, but it is so important. So we got started. It was Alicia's vision.
Hmm.
So this is again what I'm talking about. Like she's a catalyst for a lot of stuff. So it's like, so she had this download. We call them downloads when God be talking to you, and she was like, I gotta do this conference call. Now, um, my aunt, rest her soul, she passed this year. Her and my grandma had a conference call line that was going on.
Hmm.
And so my family is just really, we've already been big on doing conference calls and things like that. So it was something that had come up recently. And it was already on Allie Hart to do something like that. She was like, let's just go ahead and get started. Let's do it this week. And we're gonna just talk. Guys telling me to talk about, I can't remember the exact subject, but it was just one part of, it's like a Bible study and a prayer call all at the same time, because we understand it is a spiritual battle that entrepreneurs go through to
Mm,
work a business.
right.
And it's hard because you have the secular world telling us that we have to operate like X, Y, and Z. Ladies, you got to show your body to make sales. Fellas, you have to have the car, the house. You already had to be successful in order to be influential. All
Yeah.
this worldly stuff. But what does God say?
Mm,
And so we kicked it off, man, and like we've only missed like 1 or 2 days. Well, I'll say 2 or 3 days because we travel sometimes,
hmm.
but we do it every morning at 8:30 Eastern, and it lasts for about an hour.
Okay.
We pray for everybody that's on the call, even those that can't attend. We go into a little bit of scripture and we explain how to apply that to your business. We let other people come up, voice their opinion, do testimonial, what God
Hmm.
telling them to talk about, and we close it
Hmm.
out in prayer.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. How can I be a part of this, man? How can I get in?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's on. So if you go to morningmandate.com,
Hmm.
you'll see we have a Telegram chat and we have the link that you can join on TikTok every morning, every weekday.
Okay.
So I would set
I'm
a
a,
reminder or just be in the TikTok or the Telegram, and every morning I put the reminder out there. Hey, we live, we're live, we're live, we're live. Sometimes I'll send out a text message. You probably got a text message.
yeah.
Probably like once or twice a month I'll send out a text message just to let people know we're still doing this.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna be joining that. So you do it every single morning. I'm gonna have to see how it fits in my schedule, but I'm definitely gonna stick a headphone in or something, even if, like if I'm at work or something like that, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
we have truckers tuning in. We have people that are like on in the car rider line dropping their kids off.
mhm.
So
Sounds
yeah,
amazing. Yeah. So, let me ask you another question. So I also see all over your stuff that you've been saying that you're a freedom fighter. Like, you didn't. I feel like this is kind of a new thing that I don't know how new it is, but there's something I didn't know. I didn't know you were considered yourself a freedom fighter like back then. So, I did some research before I called today. Had to look up, see how you've been doing. Freedom fighter, freedom fighter. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, man. I mean, when you think about the okay, you think about what freedom means, right? That's
Mhm.
liberation. That means you get to go where you want to go, with who you want to do it, go with, for as long as you want to do it for, and you can do it at any time. That's freedom for a lot of people. Like I want to be able to go to Dubai with my kids, with my family, and I want to be able to spend as much time until we get tired of Dubai and be able to, that's freedom for a lot of people. Or I want to be able to sit in my backyard in my garden, and I want to be able to plant, tomatoes until the sun comes, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
But what's keeping us from doing that is this financial burden that we have. Because we don't realize that slavery never ended. It's a certain kind of slavery now called debt slavery. And if you have a car note, if you have a cell phone bill, if you have any kind of bill, guess what? You're a debt slave. Sorry to tell you. But that's what a bill, a bond, a note, these are all financial terms that talk about debt instruments.
Mm.
So a bill, when you receive a bill, that is because you entered into a contract with somebody, a company, a cell phone provider. They provided you a service, and now you are in debt to pay them back. That's what a bill is. We say it all the time. We don't realize that's debt. And the Bible says that debt is slavery.
Mm.
So we have to understand that to gain freedom, I don't like saying financial freedom. I just like saying freedom. But to gain that, we have to get out of debt.
How do
And
you
we
get
got to
away from that though? Like I know, okay, so you saying like as far as getting out of debt, but um, I noticed that you said something like when you sign that contract, you're in debt to that company, but it's no way around that though, is it?
yeah, no, it's so the thing about it is we have to overcome the debt with passive income.
Okay,
We
I got
overcome the debt with income.
you. Okay.
But the thing about it is our income is also tied to time. So it's like I'm getting out of debt, that's cool, but I'm still a slave in a way because every dollar that I make is tied to a hour that I gave to somebody else. So I'll never be able to really break out of that because I'm still giving up my time. So I
Hmm.
can't go to Dubai or spend the time in my garden because my time is being dedicated over here to paying off this debt over there.
So have you ever what are your thoughts about do you know Byron Golden? Myron Golden? You know that?
Yeah, yeah. Myron Golden, yeah.
Because I see him always talking about, like poor people versus rich people. Like poor people look at, we exchange in time for money, where like, rich people or something, they exchange
Assets.
offers for money. Like you,
Offers, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you
They
change
have
offers or
assets.
something like that. Like, what's your thoughts on that? I know this random is a little bit off topic, but it's
No,
kind
that's
of,
good. That's right on the money, brother. That's
yeah.
right on the money. Because here with Novae, what it taught me is that I could be an affiliate. I don't have to make the product. I don't have to provide the back end service, the customer service, the fulfillment. All I have to do is be able to match somebody's pain up with a solution, be the middleman that does that, and make a commission. I don't have no overhead except if I want to spend money on ads, but it taught me how to build an offer.
You get in.
That's number one.
You get in front of, like that's what you were saying earlier, when you sign that deal with somebody, this is your way of like getting in front of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Dope. That's
So
creating an
picture
asset, right?
that's it. Create an asset. Picture it like a balance sheet. This is an exercise anybody can do, and it's gonna blow your mind. When
Hmm.
you go home, I want you to list out all of the accounts that take money out of your bank account every month.
Okay.
Most people are gonna have like 20 to 50 accounts taking money out. Your cell phone bill, grocery, so the grocery store, the car note, the
Hmm.
electric bill. List out all the accounts. You'll see it's not just bills, some like subscriptions, Netflix, things like that, right?
And then you write down all the opposites, the one that's putting money in. And then
Thank you.
if you got
So
so
watch.
you got a whole list of these and a small list of those, you just have to build more lists of these. And then
Come on, man.
that's
There
what
you
you trying
go.
to say. That's what you about to say. That sounds so good, man. It makes
1,000% what I was gonna
sense.
say. And
Yeah.
when you look at that list, you'll see 20 accounts going out. You'll see one. Most people got one account coming in. They got one source of income, bro. One. All right. And maybe like I don't know, a sugar mama or a sugar daddy that's like, hey, I need
Hmm.
$20, something. But they got one account coming in. And
Dang.
so now what you want to do is you want to flip that around. I want to have Sally sending me a check,
Yeah.
Paul sending me a check, Darren sending me a check. All these are now clients, right? So not only to build an offer where they pay once, but to build a subscription offer where they pay every month. Now you're replacing that one job that you're exchanging hours for dollars. You're replacing it with assets that people are paying on a subscription for monthly, and now you can actually retire. So retirement's not an age, right?
Yeah.
Retirement is a formula.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Explain that.
Yeah, retirement is a formula. It's basically where your expenses are, let's see, less than whatever, if you picture less than expenses, less than passive income.
Hmm.
Not income, but passive income.
Okay.
Because if once you can pay your all of your expenses with money that you didn't have to put in a dollar for, I mean, excuse me, an hour of your time for, or a
Mhm.
small amount of your time, right?
Right,
You're
right.
retired.
Okay. So, I feel like, I ain't gonna say I always felt like this, but I always kind of wondered, I feel like it's a decent amount of people that do something similar to like what you're doing out there. You got you basically connecting people to a bunch of business related things like, with by affiliate links or something like that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
with you doing this from your point of view, like what makes your company different than like your competitors, or you know what I mean? What makes you different?
Yeah. Well, number one, um, I'm just gonna say we put God first. That's number one.
Yep, that's what I was about to
Uh,
say. When I asked you that question, that's what I thought. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's some other things I want to say, but we have to. This is part of what we talk about in the morning mandate, which is we gotta put God first. God has to be number one
Hmm.
because the beginning of wisdom is the fear and reverence of God. Number one. So we have, if that's what the Bible say, the beginning of wisdom is God, then we gotta start there. So from there, that allows us to not only empathize. It don't matter if you're an unbeliever or a believer. It don't matter. You're going to get a dose of Jesus when you talk to us. Okay, at the same time. But it's not that you come to us and get preached at. You can come to us and feel that something's different. Wait, these people actually care. Wait, I'm not buying anything from them, but they're still giving me all that they have. They're not holding nothing back. They're not giving me no attitude. I'm
Hmm.
on the consultation and, uh, you know, they're spending extra time. It's only a 15-minute conversation or consultation, but they're spending an extra 30 minutes with me. And again, I'm not even buying nothing, but they're telling me what I should do, what my next steps are.
Yeah.
And, it's to the point where you should feel different around someone who is a believer.
Mm.
There should be a difference about them. So
Yeah.
that's number one. But I would say number two is we're not a scam. That's hard to come by in the business world. A lot of things out there, they're just trying to get your money. You
Right.
sign up for, especially in credit. Oh my God. Like
Mhm.
there's so many things
Yeah.
that they're just literally scams. They're like sign up for $1,500. We'll work on your credit. We'll get all the items off in 30 days. You sign up for it, you never hear from the person again.
Right.
Well,
That's
that's number two. I mean, it's easy to say, hey, we're not a scam. But when you've been doing business for over a decade, and we're on Trustpilot too, as Goins Financial is like I just started a few years ago. I don't really push it out there, but
hmm
that's important because that allows people to give their honest feedback. But Novae as a company, definitely we have hundreds of reviews, thousands on all platforms over the decade. So you can look at the provider of the service that we're affiliated with, see that they're on Better Business Bureau A+ rating, and I encourage everybody to have a rating system because it holds you accountable as well.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there, Trustpilot or Better Business Bureau, whatever you need to do, Yelp, Google reviews.
hmm
That's number two. That's number two, not a scam. Number three, I would say is we're a one stop shop. We're one stop. You don't. So we're not going. It's going to feel like we're sending you here, sending you there, sending you here, sending you there. But it's because we know who are the experts. We know the best recommended products and
hmm
services for what it is that your next step is. So
Gotcha.
if you come to me and we're on a consultation, I ask you, okay, well, how long have you been in business? And you say, well, I haven't really started the business yet.
Mm.
Okay. I can help you with that step. So we have a free LLC partner. So I would recommend you over to that partner because I'm not going to file your LLC for you. I'm not going to do all that paperwork for you. I love the people, trust me, but I'm not trying to do all the paperwork for you. Okay.
Exactly.
I know the experts that will, and guess what? They don't charge anything. Jerry would charge at least $300 to do it. If they're going to not charge you anything because they're hoping that you'll upgrade some services later on down the line, then why would I charge you more when I know that somebody else is doing it better for less? Why wouldn't I just get an agreement with them where I can make a little bit of change so that I don't have to go, poor helping you, but I'm still going to provide you with the best service at the lowest price.
Mm.
That's that model. After you get that LLC registered, now we can start building that business credit. Now we can start building all kinds of things on top of that. And we have other solutions for that. So I'll give you three. Those are the top three, I would say. God first, we're not a scam, and we're a one stop shop. We even do websites. So
Okay. What would you say what's been your biggest struggle, as a founder? I think that's how I had it. How did I have that on there? Yeah, what's been your biggest struggle, biggest challenge as a founder? That's how I had
mm, yeah, that's important because I feel like being transparent, that's where you help people. I could just tell you about all the accolades on the front screen. We do a lot of traveling.
it. Yeah.
We make a lot of money. We, all the stuff, but that's not going to help you. That's not going to help people. So, on the back end, man, I'll say the biggest challenge I would have, it would have to be within my own household. Like I said, I was going through a custody battle in the beginning,
hmm
and it was a custody battle before I even knew it was. Like I never had children and then not been with the mother of the children before to know what kind of things were going to be coming down the pipeline. And those things directly challenged my business and my fortitude to stay focused and to decide how to prioritize my time and my resources without letting my children just go by the wayside. So I think a lot of people we can get caught up in the business, but we put our family second.
Okay.
Now I didn't want to do that. So I put my family first, and that kind of slowed down my business a little bit. I mean, this person would even tell people that I was a scam.
hmm
What? While we were together, bro. Why would you do that? I'm doing this to put money in our house to make residual income coming in every month
Mm.
to pay some bills, and you would go and tell people behind my back that nah, that's a scam. That makes sense. So the opposition within your own household, as an entrepreneur, you have got to find a foundation with your spouse, your significant other, your family. And so what I recommend going forward would be to have that conversation. before you get into business. Have that conversation. Let people know what it is that you're getting ready to do.
Mhm.
Look, this is what God's put on my heart to do. This is what my vision is. This is what my mission is. How I want to help people. This is what I want my legacy to be. I would love for you to be a part of it. So outline the who, what, when, where, why you want to do this, but also what it's going to cost. And I don't mean the price. I mean what it's going to cost and tax the relationship that you're in.
Right,
Listen, it's going to take me some long nights doing some calls. It's going to be a lot of on the phone back and forth. It's going to be a little bit of traveling involved, but I would love for you to come with me. Um, let them know the actual cost of what it's going to be, and then let them know what they're going to get out of it.
right,
Listen, after you're going to watch me struggle for maybe the first 6 months, and I'm going to figure it out over the next year. But year 2 and 3, we really gonna hit scaling, and then I'm gonna be able to take you here, there, do this, that with the family. We're gonna be able to Disney World, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. Paint the vision of what they're going to get out of it,
right.
long term and short term.
Got
Because
you.
sometimes you have to do something extra in the short term just because you spent so much time away.
Right. So,
So
yeah, man. So, unfortunately, we got all the way to the end of the session. So, just do me a quick favor, man, and it's just let everybody know like the new stuff you got coming up, and
oh,
uh,
for sure.
and where we can find you. Website, social media, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, okay. Jerry Goins, Goins. Not really hard to find, man. I spent a lot of time making sure I was available. Um, JerryGoins.com. You can go there for starters, and then GoinsFinancial.com for all the business resources. We have credit building resources as well. So if you just need better credit, we have two solutions for you. A DIY software that's going to be able to scan your credit report, generate the letters for all three bureaus. Then you just mail them out. Then we have a service where we have a licensed referral partner in Florida. Because remember, Jerry ain't gonna do it. You gotta worry about me being all in your business. All right. But we have a partner that's very reputable. Also offers a 90-day risk-free guarantee, so you get your money back if you feel like things aren't moving as fast, which is unheard of in the credit industry anyway. Money back guarantee is crazy. So that's, again, I can't do better than that. So I partner up with the people that do better,
Yeah.
So that's that. Also got an ebook coming out called The Capital Advantage, and it's specifically for entrepreneurs, helping them go from like zero business strategy to scaling up to 150,000 plus in business credit, giving them all the sauce. I'm talking about credit stacking plays, the phases of business, who reports to what, different vendor accounts that you're going to need, giving you the scenarios of clients that we help serve, giving you their stories, success stories, and really just making it plain for the people, man. It's about 50 pages. So if you are really serious, look out for that. Stay tuned to Goins Financial. Matter of fact, I would say if you go to goinsfinancial.com right now, it's an In the Money newsletter. Just join that newsletter, and you'll be able to get that book. But other than that, man, I'm just, just chilling.
That's fire, bro. Give me the name of that your prayer group one more time and where to find it one more time.
Oh, for sure. Morningmandate.com.
Okay, thank you so much.
Morningmandate.com.
Uh,
Yes, yes.
well, Jerry, man, that was so dope. It was a pleasure having you, man. It was great
Oh, thanks
catching
for
up
having
with
me.
you. And everybody else, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining. If Jerry inspired you in any way, shape, or form, please reach out to him. I'm gonna put all this information in the description. And until next time, y'all, peace.
Peace.
That's it.